Proof law of attraction is working. Reading auras and vibrational energy. Folks, I have a really cool experiment that you can try after this video every time you go to the grocery store. Yeah, I know, right? I know, right? The grocery store, like, really? This guy has something he's gonna tell me about the grocery store, vibrational energy, reading auras? Yes, folks. I've been doing it for a long time now, and it's been working for me. And, you know, I've just finally decided to come and tell you, because today it just hit me hard. Like, you know what? I got to tell them this. I got to tell them this secret on how to read their very own energy and how to know whether or not your vibrational energy is at a high level. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a shocking secret. It's an experiment that you can do every time you go to the grocery store, and I guarantee you, you will know your level of energy every time you leave the grocery store. Trust and believe. But first and foremost, let's get right down into it, folks. Divine powers are always working for us because we're trying to do right. Okay, let me tell you this before I tell you the experiment. One thing you need to know is that the body consists of chakras, right? 7 chakras. Some people say, what, like 8 or 9, something like that. You know, sometimes the crown chakra and the heart chakra are like the most powerful chakras, right? Okay, but the heart chakra is, to me, the most powerful. The heart is the most powerful. Now, I'm going to tell you something about vibrational frequencies that you probably already know, okay? So the heart, the reason why the heart beats like is because it has to send out pulses. It's sending out pulses, invisible pulses that you cannot see. And this is what creates your aura. But anyway, the heart sends out pulses every time it beats. So that way, when you're walking, wherever you're going, your aura will show the way you feel based on your heart chakra. How do you feel in your heart? You know, what is this person's heart like? This person has a heart of gold. You ever heard of that before, right? Okay, that pulse is gonna beat. I don't know the anatomy of, like, you know, how the heart beats and, you know, to the level of degree that the aura stretches or anything like that. But all I know is that the heart is creating the aura around you and the bioelectrical field, okay? And so it's just like sirens. Sirens do the same thing. When you hear an ambulance coming down the road, what does a siren do? It says, it goes up and down like a heartbeat. Why does it have to go up and down? Because it has to create that pulse like a wave. You know what I mean? Just think of a wavelength, folks. Just think of a wavelength, okay? And so it's the same thing with radio stations. When you're tuning a radio station, you hear, his shirt says trill. Oh my God, his shirt says trill. There's a video I'm watching right here. Oh, I want to watch that video. His shirt says trill. So you got to tune the radio station in to get the proper frequency. Now, what does this have to do with the human body? Okay, it's the same thing with the human body, folks. Like I said, when you're going to be in the grocery store, what's happening is when your heart is beating, it's sending out signals to the field around you, right? And so I'm going to tell you what's going to happen when you get in the grocery store, but stay tuned. So y'all ever heard about telekinesis, right? Telekinesis, where like people literally move objects like with their energy. It's real. That's proof right there. That's proof even in telekinesis that people are able to move objects with their mind, you know, with their energy. It's proof that it works. You know what I'm saying? And so the first thing that I'm gonna tell you about the grocery store is this. Okay, so when you go into the grocery store, you ever been on the aisle, some of the newer grocery stores, you're walking down those freezer aisles or whatever, and they have lights inside of the freezers, right? And what do those lights do when you enter the aisle? Exactly, some of you said it, smart people. Okay, so those lights flick on. As you walk down that aisle with those freezers on the side, all those lights come on. This is one thing I noticed. Okay, because the lights in the freezer or the freezers have some type of sensors so that when somebody comes in that aisle, they can, the freezer picks up on the person and then it turns the lights on for you. So when you look in the freezer and choose your food, you can see. Okay, all right. You know how sensors work. They pick up on energy. They pick up on frequency. You know, they pick up on waves. Okay, so with that being said, so this is how you're gonna be able to know how your aura is affecting others around you. Okay, I'll give you an example. One time I went into the grocery store, and my first place I like to go to the grocery store is in to the deli section with the fruits and stuff, because I love to get my avocados, my cantaloupes, my grapes, my my fruit bowls and salads and all that good stuff. Okay, as soon as I like walk up to like the little section that they sell the fruit bowls, as soon as I get up there, I see this guy. Now listen to what happens. I see one of the workers. He's like stocking the fruits or whatever. Like, I think he was stocking like some onions or something. He was taking the onions out his box, and he was putting them on the shelf. Right now, I made this is what you're gonna be doing too, because you do this every time you go in the grocery store, but you don't realize you're doing it. But I'm gonna enlighten you and show you how to do it for you to your own advantage. And so I made eye contact with this guy who was, stocking the onions or whatever. And so we looked at each other for a split second. I looked back at the fruit section, and I tried to choose, what fruit bowl I want. The second I looked back at the fruit bowl section, he dropped all of the onions on the floor. Now, what does this mean? Now, a lot of people might speculate and say that the reason why he dropped it is because Trenius, he wasn't paying any attention to him, moving about, putting the onions on the shelf and all that, whatever you want to call it. Okay, but that only happened like 0.5 of a second. It was real quick. I'm telling you, it was like, how when you look at somebody like boom, 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 you just looking at people, y'all making eye contact like in a split second, then that person gets back doing what they want to do in a split second, okay? So a split second doesn't necessarily make somebody drop anything. A split second. I mean, think about it. Come on now. We're talking about energy here, folks. I'm trying to get you to understand something very, very cool. So this is not the first time that happened. I'm pretty sure you went in the grocery store and you've came around a particular section in the grocery store and something has failed. If you ask me, most of the time things fall is because of your aura. For instance, when you walk into a room and it's a lot of people around or whatever, it's a couple of people, it don't matter, and they ain't even paying attention to you, you will notice their body behavior changes immediately, right? Don't you notice people's body behavior changes when you walk around them? This is because your aura, especially if you're having a good day, that day, your aura just instantly touches people and it makes them change. It's the same thing when you walk in a grocery store. Now, the reason why I'm telling you about a grocery store experience is because in a grocery store, folks, think about it. In a grocery store, that's the place where people are really unaware of their surroundings. Everybody's focused on buying their groceries. Everybody's focused on getting the stuff on their shopping list. Nobody's really like worried about anybody as opposed to like going into like a club or a lounge, a restaurant or something like that. A grocery store is like everybody's focused on doing what they came to do. Don't you notice that in the grocery store? So in a grocery store, it'll be the greatest place to be able to read energy and know how auras work, because you're in a place, in a location where people are not necessarily consciously thinking about what they're doing. So this is why the grocery store is the best place, and so again, like, your vibrational frequency, you can feel it. You can feel it a lot. So another thing that you can be able to do in a grocery store to know whether or not your aura is big, versus looking at people dropping stuff that are around you or whatever the case may be. Notice when you go on aisles, or if you go to the egg section or wherever you're at in the grocery store, you can be standing in one spot, right? And you will be able to notice out of your peripherals how many people are gathering around you. This is another way to know whether or not your energy is very, very high. Some of you either might be attractive or whatever the case may be. It don't matter. Attraction, if you look good, all this stuff plays into your energy, your heart chakra, putting out those posters about how you feel when you're in the grocery store, the things that you're coming to buy. You might be going to buy exotic food, organic foods. All of that plays a major role into how your vibration. I mean, if you're going to the store to buy bacon, to buy pork chops, to buy cow tongues or something like that, your vibration might go down a little bit low and nobody probably will come around you. But you're going in the grocery store with a positive mindset. You feel good, you're happy, you're jolly, you're bubbly, you're walking with a stride. Some of you ladies out there, you look good. When I go in the grocery store, I look good when I go in the grocery store. This is what I wore. I mean, I ain't looking like the best, but I went in the grocery store looking like somebody that's doing something with himself. You know what I mean? And so I can stand in a particular place, or you can stand in a particular place, and you will be able to notice how people will come around you, you know, to try to get into your aura because they can feel your energy. I'll give an example. So I was about to buy some wine in a grocery store one time, right? Now, this is a day I'm walking in the grocery store where my headphones are just loud in my ears. Boom, 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 boom. I got my favorite song playing. My song got me in such a high vibration. I'm feeling good about myself. It's a sunny day outside. I got healthy foods in my basket and all this and that. And I see two females on the wine aisle. Now, listen what I'm telling you. Now, these two females, they did not notice me. But I noticed them because they were standing side by side and they were picking and choosing which wine, you know, they was coming to get. I guess there was roommates or something, I don't know. But anyway, I noticed them right away as soon as I hit the aisle because there were only two people on the aisle. So as I'm walking down the aisle and I walk past these girls, before I get past these girls, I do another experiment, which you can do too. Since you can feel your energy sometimes, if you're in a high energy, sometimes you can feel it. It feels like pressure and it feels like tension. It feels like you can just boom, like you can just explode like if you wanted to and just really use telekinesis to knock stuff down, you know what I'm saying, or to make things break. That's how it feels on the inside of you when your energy level is high. And you know, so I was walking past these girls and I did experience. I made sure that my energy was super high, like, you know, like I got the headphones in, I'm like, I'm bold, I'm stern, I'm walking upright, you know, I'm doing my thing, you know, And so, listen, it's interesting, listen. And so I get all the way down the aisle, right? And I turn and I looks at the wine. Now they way down there. They way down in the other end of the aisle, okay? Don't you know? I sat right there and tried to find the wine I was looking for. Immediately, out my peripherals, I saw both girls walking up towards me. And this is what happened. So when they get up towards me, one of the girls stops beside me, like right beside me, and starts looking at wine, you know, by herself. And then the other one, you know, like stands right behind me and looks at wine on the opposite wall or the opposite shelves behind me. Okay? Now, what am I saying? Well, they're attracted to you, Trenius, because you look good? No, absolutely not. I don't even think I really looked good that day. I didn't even really look good at all or nothing. I wasn't even focused on attracting women or nothing. I just tried to do an experiment on energy, and I know how it works, and I'm telling you how it works. So the next time you go in a grocery store, you'll understand how to read your energy and read your auras and know how the level of your vibrational energy. So I left the spot of the location of the wine section or whatever, and so I knew that it was my energy that gravitated those two individuals towards me. Okay, and this stuff works, folks. This is normal everyday stuff that you do. You go to the grocery store all the time, and you know, a lot of us, like me, I know if you like me, I don't know how to really see auras. I can't see auras like with my own two eyes. So I have to like look off cues and stuff that happen around me to know whether or not, you know, my energy is high. But folks, I guarantee you, this is proof that the law of attraction is working, and this is how you read auras and to know whether or not your vibrational energy is very, very high. Trust and believe this works, folks. If you ever have any problems or any issues, you know, about, you know, how to read your energy, or if your energy is high, when you get off work, you know, or if you're before you have a cookout or something, you got to go to the grocery store. Go to the grocery store and do your experiment in the grocery store. See whether or not people are flocking around you. Walk up on somebody or whatever and see if they drop something. You know, this is how you know if your energy is high. You know, go on the aisle and just stand there. Just stand there. If it ain't nobody on the aisle, just stand there. Look at the things you're shopping for and see how many people, you know, come down that aisle and start to gather around you. You know, even when you get to the registers, see how all the people at the front that are checking out, see whether or not they can feel your energy, because there's a lot of people up the front registers that are focused on getting out of the store. Okay, so their mind is not focusing on anything but getting out of the store and checking out their items. So you will notice who is attracting them, or who you are attracting to, you know, based on how many people are looking at you when you're checking out. You know, how many people want to line up right behind you, you know, when you're checking out, because people will line up behind you, you know, when you're checking out, if they feel like you have very, very high energy. Trust me, it's weird. It's weird. And like I said, a lot of people do this unconsciously, especially in the grocery store. So this is the best place to do the experiment. But anyway, folks, I hope this helped you out. I hope you're going to be able to do this. Speak up, let your voice be heard. Leave a comment below if you think that you have a very big aura. What is your aura like? Let us know. Are you planning on boosting your aura? Are you planning on doing this experiment? Speak up, let your voice be heard. Leave a nice comment below. If this video resonated with you, give it a thumbs up. Oh, and by the way, if you want to boost your energy and boost your aura, like literally boost your aura and make it expand wider, you know, and get people to like drop stuff, click this video right here. Click this video right here. I'm going to tell you how to boost your aura, okay? So thank you so much for watching. I'm Trenius Henderson. Make sure you subscribe over here. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.